Hi guys, it's Kai here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another speed build. Woo! Well, actually, it's not really speed build. It's like a speed redecorate-ish kind of thing. I changed the second floor just a tad. But this is the Pancakes household, for those of you who don't know, which honestly, if you showed me a picture of it before, I probably would not have known that that was their house, because I'm not one of those ones that's like obsessed with certain townies. Sorry, no shade, no nothing. I just wouldn't have been able to tell because I've never played with the Pancakes household. I've never looked at them. I've never paid them any mind other than when Eliza shows up on my doorstep in the middle of the night. You know, things that she does. But I decided that for my save file build, the Pancakes household is going to stay. I am going to give them a makeover though. Also, their house needed a makeover because it's like ugly. But you know what I thought was weird? While I was like While I was redecorating, I realized that their pre-made house is one of the most furnished pre-built houses I think I have ever seen. Also, the landscaping is top notch. So I'm not sure who did this house, but like it kind of was almost looked like a normal-ish build other than like the strange things they had going on in the bedrooms, but like it didn't look that bad for being a build that wasn't done by a simmer. Well, I mean, I guess they're simmers, but you know what I mean. It was a pre-built house. But it looked really good. Also, I ended up with this weird, strange building bug where I couldn't put windows on the second floor unless I put the windows on top of existing windows and then deleted the bottom, like the existing smaller window. Very strange. I don't know why that was happening or whatnot. Ever since, I guess, the Tiny Living pack, ever since then, I've had some weird builds or weird bugs in building. Like in my tiny home build, I took it out. But when I was building that, my micro home, partway through building the outside, as soon as I placed, I think it was like the stairs, I went to go change the outside siding and I couldn't. Like, it just said that the room didn't exist anymore, so I had to rebuild the whole thing. And that fixed it, which is cool and all, but it's like, what the heck? And now that I've had this build, very strange. And then my friend Chris, she was streaming the other day doing a tiny home build, and all of a sudden she couldn't move any of the items in her house. Like, she could move and build walls, but she couldn't move her counter. She couldn't move like anything. It's just very strange. So I don't know. I can't be the only one if my friend Chris also had this kind of issue. It's different, but like the same. So I can't imagine we're the only ones. So let me know if you've encountered any weird building bugs as well. But it's kind of beside the point. I was already too far into this, and this was like my third time attempting to do this. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to force my way through these bugs and just keep on rolling. So I wanted to kind of push myself outside of my normal decorating world because I normally go with grays and like pops of colors. I wanted to go first of all a little more traditional in style, but also I wanted it to be more brown tone, which was very difficult for me. And I think, and I know I'm probably beating a dead horse here, but I think the reason I don't like doing brown tones too much in builds is because we don't have a lot of matching wood tones. Like, if I wanted to do browns, I would have to stick with like one pack because I know the woods would match. Which also, by the way, the stuff from Jungle Adventure, some of the stuff doesn't really match in terms of brown colors. Like, I put in a hutch thing over by the dining area and it doesn't match the same wood tone that I used for the counters. And it's like, I know one's a counter and one's like a hutch thing, but if you're supposed to have all the same wood tones, wouldn't it match? And then like the end tables didn't quite match either. It just, I don't know. I feel like they should match, but I'm going to stop complaining because I feel like in every single video I complain about the wood tones, but you know what? It bothers me so dang much. Like, it really does. But I wanted to do wood tones, but then I also brought in some blacks because I thought it looked kind of nice, and then I liked the blue rug because it brought in some color, but I didn't want too much color because I don't know a lot about the Pancakes household and those Sims, but based on what I was seeing before is they were pretty boring, but also they had 2 bedrooms upstairs, and I believe people say it's because Bob sleeps in the one bed and Eliza sleeps in the other bed. One room was like super pink, like everything was pink and like hella girly, and then the other one was almost as if it was like a child's room. So it was a little odd. And I was thinking about that basically the entire time I was building down here. I was like, what am I going to do about those bedrooms? I'm like, I want them to still have the same weird quirkiness that they did from the original build, but I want it to like look a little better, you know, just a hair better, but we'll get to that later. We're still on the main floor. But also I wanted to stick with the kind of, again, the traditional-ish theme. So that's why I ended up using wallpaper, but in like a tasteful kind of way. It's a ugly wallpaper. Actually, I say that, I put it on there, I thought it was super ugly, but now it's come full circle and I kind of love it, weirdly enough. But I wouldn't want an entire room of wallpaper. God, no. So I decided just to do like one wall here and there. And I think I did a wall in the actual dining room as well, which by the way, I didn't even know they had a dining room. So I did that whole little dining area. And then I got to the dining room and was like, shoot, what am I going to do for the dining room? I already have a whole ass dining area. Like, what the heck? And then I was like, well, I don't want to go back and redo the dining area because I already did it. But just so you know, there's a full dining room and then also essentially another mini dining room that seats pretty much just as many people. But now that I'm thinking about it, I would make that area a nice little like seating area and maybe put some like plants in it, do some sort of like gardening typey thing because I put that nice pretty window on there. And the reason I decided to use that like bump out bay window thing, it doesn't quite match the house, but I decided that I really wanted to use that in a build because I saw a picture online on Twitter specifically. I can't remember who. Oh, it was I don't remember who it was, but it was someone who did a tiny home and they used those windows. And I was like, first of all, great use of space because you can put things in that window because it's got a kind of little flat area. Your Sims can't walk into it, but it's fine. It's good for looks. But I saw that and I was like, I need to use that window because I honestly didn't even know we had that window. So like, I need to use that window. So I did. It doesn't quite match, but you know what? Do I care? I don't think so. But now I'm to the actual dining room and I was kind of a little bit struggling with what to do with it just because, like I said, I already had a dining area, but I think it turned out pretty nice. And also I purposefully loaded into this build while being loaded into the Pancakes household because I wanted to work with the money that they had. I didn't want to go like full on and give it, you know, make it accidentally too much. So I wanted to work with the money that they had. And I think they end up, when I first opened the game or like the household, they had 20,000 simoleons and their house was worth like 141 or something like that. I don't know what the house is worth now, but I do know that they ended up with like 15,000 simoleons and like pocket change. And the reason it's not 20 is because I decided to get a fancier computer when I got to doing Bob's room because he had a computer in his room before. I almost forgot to put the computer back, but you know what? I was like, I'm going to give him a computer. He probably wants his computer. I'll give him a computer. It's fine. And I'll give him a nice computer at that one. So they went from having like $20,000 to having $15,000 because that money just went by real fast. Lord knows anyone that has a computer knows that stuff ain't cheap. Nope, not at all. Also, since I got rid of the one little bump out that was towards the front of the house, that's where the second bathroom was, I had to rearrange that large, weird corner bathroom. It was way too big. Way too big. I'm one of those people that I don't understand when a bathroom is like the size of a master bedroom. What is the point? What are you doing in there? Are you laying in the middle of the floor and having a midlife crisis? I have no idea. Maybe that's a good place to do it. I'm not sure. But you know, I'm not into it. So I was like, this is a perfect place to have two bathrooms. So I split it into two. One is connected to the bed, like a bedroom, which is Bob's bedroom, I'm assuming. So in my mind, if you moved a different household into here, that would be the master bedroom. And then the other one is connected to the hall because there is no bathroom on the first floor, which I realized a little too late. I realized that after I was already upstairs on the second floor and I was like, well, I don't want to go back downstairs and redo basically everything I just did and add a bathroom. Not that you couldn't, because I think there's plenty of room to add a bathroom. This is a fairly large house, even though it only has 2 bedrooms. But I think if you took the time to like reconfigure the top floor, you could probably get another bedroom in there. You could probably get another bathroom up there. You could probably get a bathroom on the first floor. But I didn't feel like doing that. I had spent way too long on the bottom floor and I was like, you know what? Nope, we're just going to have 2 bathrooms up top and one will be access for everyone downstairs and one will be for the other bedroom. So that's how that went, because I couldn't deal with it. I did struggle in terms of decorating this first bedroom because I did not want to make it all pink. I don't like pink and it looked real tacky before. So I had a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I tried to stick again with like the wood tones, but I also then decided to add in some like pink elements. And then I also think I painted the walls pink as just an homage to the way the bedroom originally was. And I don't think it actually turned out that bad with the pink walls. It's not as bad as you would think. It's fine. It's not my favorite, but it is fine, and it was what I was going for. You know, sometimes in life you have to make rooms that you don't like because not everyone is like you. And if I constantly made rooms that I like all the time, they'd all look the same after a while because there's only so many different combinations that you can do. So I do like the what's the word I'm looking for? The challenge of having to build in someone else's style, which is why I like redoing the houses of the pre-made townies instead of just giving them an entire new house. I like redoing it because then you can see their style and try to work with their style. And especially, like I said, in this house, because there was such a specific kind of style going on when I first opened it up versus a lot of the other pre-made homes. A lot of them are just kind of generic. They're not really filled with anything. There's like no decorations. But this one, I was pleasantly surprised. But I'll be honest, I like my renovation better. Just saying. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. Have a life, happy time zone, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!